Good morning students. This is class 11th maths lecture 1st of chapter 5th complex numbers. So what is a complex number? A number of the form a plus iota b. Yes, this is known as iota, right? Where a and b are real numbers is known as complex numbers. This type of number is known as complex number where a and b are real numbers and the value of this iota is equal to root minus 1, right? Now see, value of iota is root minus 1. So iota square will be square of this and square of this number will be minus 1 because root will get cancelled, right? Now iota cube will be iota square into iota. Iota square is minus 1 into iota, so it will be minus iota. Now iota raised to the power 4 is equal to iota cube into iota. Iota cube is minus iota into iota. So you will get minus iota into iota is iota square. Now iota square we have already calculated, it's minus 1. So this is 1. So the value of iota is root minus 1. Of iota square is minus 1. Iota cube is minus iota and iota raised to the power 4 is 1. Now see, iota raised to the power 5 will be iota raised to the power 4 into iota. Now this we know is 1 and 1 into iota is iota, right? Since because iota raised to the power 4 is equal to 1, iota raised to the power 8 can be written as iota raised to the power 4 whole square. Now this is 1. Square of 1 is 1. Similarly, iota raised to the power 16 is also iota raised to the power 4 whole raised to the power 4, which is 1 raised to the power 4 equal to 1. So this gives this result that iota raised to the power 4k is equal to 1 where k is some integer. See, because iota raised to the power 4 is 1, then any power of iota which is the multiple of 4 will also be 1, right? Therefore we get this result that iota raised to the power 4k is equal to 1 where k can be any integer, right? So this result basically help us to find the higher values of iota. If you have to find the value of iota raised to the power 25, then it can be written as iota raised to the power 24 into iota, right? Why we have written this? Because here 24 is a multiple of 4. Therefore, we can directly write that this is 1 into iota and 1 into iota will be iota, right? Now, if z is a complex number a plus iota b, right, then a and b both are real numbers. Now, if they ask for the real part of z, which can also be written as real part of z, is equal to a, which is this, and imaginary part of z, which is written as im in the bracket z, the imaginary part of z is that number which is multiplied here with the iota. So imaginary part will be b. Be careful, many students write imaginary part of z as b into iota. Imaginary part of z is just b, not b into iota. This is not the complete imaginary part. Only the term which is multiplied with iota is the imaginary part of z. Clear? Now comes the equality in the complex numbers. Say if two complex numbers are equal, then their real part are equal and imaginary part are equal. So real part here is a and here is c. So a is equal to c and imaginary part here is b and imaginary part here is d. So b is equal to d, right? For example, if this complex number 4x plus iota into 3x minus y, which is equal to 3 plus iota into minus 6, where x and y are real numbers, find x and y. Now, because these two complex numbers are equal, therefore their real parts are equal to each other. Real part of this complex number is 4x and real part of this complex number is 3. So 4x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 3 by 4. Also compare their imaginary parts. Imaginary part of this complex number is the number multiplied with iota, which is 3x minus y, and from here imaginary part is minus 6. So y is equal to 3x plus 6 and x is given as 3 by 4. So 3 into 3 by 4 plus 6, you will get 33 by 4, right? Now comes the addition of two complex numbers. If say z1 and z2 are two complex numbers, then addition of two complex numbers is basically adding their real parts plus iota adding their imaginary parts, right? For example, if you have to add these two complex numbers, so add their real parts, that is 2 minus 3 plus iota into add their imaginary parts 3 plus 8. So you will get minus 1 plus iota into this will be 11, right? So addition basically means add their real parts plus iota add their imaginary parts. Clear? Now addition of complex numbers follows some properties. Let z1 and z2 be two complex number. Then the first law is closure law, which says that the addition or sum of two complex number is a complex number, right? Commutative law says that z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1. Associative law says that z1 plus z2 whole bracket plus z3 is equal to z1 plus whole bracket z2 plus z3, right? So they can ask you to prove in any questions these laws, right? They will give you the complex numbers and will ask to prove the commutative law. So you have to prove that z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1, right? Now the next is existence of additive identity. See, if you will add 0 in any complex number, then you will get z only. Therefore 0, which can be written as 0 plus iota 0, this is nothing but 0 only, is the additive identity of z or 0 complex number, right? It is known as additive identity or 0 complex number of the z. So 0 is the additive identity of z, where z is any complex number. This gives us a note that every real number is a complex number. Why? Because see, if a is a real number, then it can be written as a plus iota 0. Now this is the form of a plus iota b. So this is a complex number also, right? So every real number is a complex number. Now comes the existence of additive inverse. Now for every complex number z equal to a plus iota b, we have minus z, which is minus of this a plus iota b, which is equal to minus of a plus iota into minus b, which is the additive inverse of z, because z plus minus z is equal to 0. Basically additive inverse is that number which you will add when in the z you will get the additive identity. So when you will add minus z in z, you will get 0, which is the additive identity. Therefore minus z is the additive inverse. For example, find the additive inverse of this number. So additive inverse will be minus z, that is minus 3 minus 5 iota, right? Now difference of two complex numbers. Suppose if z1 and z2 are two complex numbers, then z1 minus z2 is equal to z1 plus minus of z2, right? We have taken this minus z2 together and here a plus sign, right? So for example, if z1 is this number and z2 is this complex number, and you have to find the difference of z1 minus z2. So this will be 3 plus 8 iota minus of z2, which is minus 4 plus 6 iota. Now write down this as 3 plus 8 iota plus take this minus sign inside. So this will become 4 minus 6 iota. Now you know the addition of two complex number, add their real parts plus iota add their imaginary parts. So you will get 7 plus 2 iota. right? Now comes the multiplication of two complex numbers. If z1 and z2 are two complex numbers, then their multiplication is, we'll understand this by an example. So z1 is this complex number and z2 is this complex number. So multiply 3 with both of these terms and similarly 8 iota with both of these terms. So you will get minus 12, then 6 into 3 is 18 into iota, 8 iota into minus 4 is minus 32 iota, and then 8 iota into 6 iota will be 48 into iota square, because iota into iota is iota square, right? Now this is minus 12, this will be minus 14 iota, and this is minus 48. Why? Because iota square is minus 1, therefore this becomes minus 48. Now solve these two. Minus 48 and minus 12 will be minus 60 minus 14 iota, right? So this is how we solve the multiplication of two complex numbers. Now there are also some properties which multiplication of complex numbers follows. So the first is closure law, that multiplication of two complex number is also a complex number. Here we have multiplied two complex numbers, so the result is a complex number, right? This is closure law. Commutative law says that z1 into z2 is equal to z2 into z1. Then associative law says that if z1, z2, z3 are three complex numbers, then z1 into z2 whole bracket into z3 is equal to z1 into z2 into z3 in the bracket, right? Then multiplicative identity, that is that number which get multiplied with any complex number gives the same number. So 1 is that number when you will multiply 1 with any complex number, then you will get the same. So 1 is the multiplicative identity, right? Multiplicative inverse of the complex number. So multiplicative inverse is basically that number which you will, when multiply with the given complex number, you will get the multiplicative identity. So if z is any complex number, then 1 by z is the multiplicative inverse, because when we multiply 1 by z with z, then you will get 1, which is the multiplicative identity, right? Now see example, z is equal to this complex number, then multiplicative inverse of z is 1 by z, that is 1 upon 2 plus 5 iota, right? But change this in the form of a plus iota b. So for this, rationalize this number with the complex number 2 minus 5 iota. Here it is 2 plus 5 iota. So rationalize it with 2 minus 5 iota, that is change the sign of the imaginary part. Here it is plus 5 imaginary part, so here it will be minus 5, right? So rationalize it with this complex number, so you will get in the numerator 2 minus 5 iota upon in the denominator it will be 2 plus 5 iota into 2 minus 5 iota. Now equal to 2 minus 5 iota upon this is a plus b, a minus b, which is a square minus b square, right? So 2 minus 5 iota upon 2 square will be 4 minus this square will be 25 into iota square. Now this is 2 minus 5 iota upon 4 plus 25. Why? Because this is 25 into iota square. Now iota square is minus 1. Minus into minus is plus. So you will get 2 upon 29 minus iota 5 upon 29. Now this is the a plus iota b form, right? So if you have to find out the multiplicative inverse, or always find it in a plus iota b form only. Okay. Now there is another distributive law which says that z1 into bracket z2 plus z3 is equal to z1 into z2 plus z1 into z3, right? Another one is if in the bracket it is z1 plus z2 into Z3. So it is equal to Z1 into Z3 plus Z2 into Z3, right? Division of two complex number. So if Z1 and Z2 are two complex number where Z2 is not equal to 0, then Z1 by Z2 is equal to Z1 into 1 by Z2, right? So see by an example, if Z1 and Z2 are these complex numbers, then the division of Z1 by Z2 is equal to 6 plus 3 iota upon 2 minus iota, which can be written as 6 plus 3 iota into 1 upon 2 minus iota. Now we will change this into the a plus iota b form. For this you have to rationalize it with 2 plus iota, because here it is 2 minus iota. So you will change the sign of imaginary part. Imaginary part here is minus 1. So here it should be plus 1, right? Now 6 plus 3 iota into 2 plus iota upon, this is a minus b into a plus b, that is a square, which is 4, minus b square. B square will be iota square, which is minus 1, right? Now 6 plus 3 iota into, this is 2 plus iota upon 4 plus 1, 5, right? Now take out 5 common, 1 by 5 into 6 plus 3 iota into 2 plus iota. Now you know how to multiply two complex numbers. So 1 by 5 into 12 plus 6 iota plus 6 iota, and this will be 3 iota into iota. So this will be 3 iota square, and iota square is minus 1. So it will be minus 3, right? Now 1 by 5 into 12 minus 3 is 9, and 6 iota plus 6 iota is plus 12 iota, right? So this is how we divide the two complex numbers. Now there are some identities of complex numbers which are completely same as the identities of real numbers. So the first is Z1 plus Z2 whole square, where Z1 and Z2 are complex numbers. So it will be Z1 square plus Z2 square plus 2Z1 Z2. Then Z1 minus Z2 whole square is Z1 square plus Z2 square minus 2Z1 Z2. Z1 plus Z2 whole cube will be Z1 cube plus Z2 cube plus 3Z1 square Z2 plus 3Z1 Z2 square. Now Z1 minus Z2 whole cube will be Z1 cube minus Z2 cube minus 3Z1 square Z2 plus 3Z1 Z2 square, and Z1 square minus Z2 square will be Z1 plus Z2 into Z1 minus Z2, right? Now there are some questions in which you have to express the given in the form of a plus iota b. So the first is minus 5 iota into 1 by 8 iota. So these are two complex numbers, multiply them. So you will get minus 5 by 8 into iota square, right? Now iota square is minus 1. So this will be 5 by 8, right? Now in the next you have to divide two complex numbers. So for this it can be written as 5 plus root 2 iota upon 1 minus root 2 iota. Now rationalize this, which will become 1 plus root 2 iota upon 1 plus root 2 iota, right? Change the sign of this imaginary part. Here it is minus root 2, so here it will be plus root 2. So rationalize this number with 1 plus root 2 iota, right? Now the numerator will become 5 into 1, 5, then 5 into root 2 iota, that is 5 root 2 iota, then root 2 iota into 1 will be root 2 iota, and then root 2 iota into root 2 iota will be 2 iota square upon, here it is a minus b into a plus b, which is a square. A is 1, so 1 square minus b square, b is root 2 iota, so root 2 iota whole square. Now this is 5, this is 5 root 2, this is 1 root 2, so this will be 6 root 2 into iota, and this will be iota square is minus 1, so this will become minus 2 upon 1 square is 1 minus root 2 square is 2 and iota square will be iota square, right? So 5 minus 2 is 3 plus 6 root 2 iota upon 1 plus 2, why plus 2? Because iota square is minus 1 and minus minus becomes plus, right? Take out 3 common from the numerator, so you will get 1 plus 2 root 2 iota upon 3. Cancel out this 3, so you will get 1 plus 2 root 2 iota, right? Now next is iota raised to the power minus 39, which can be written as 1 upon iota raised to the power 39. Now multiplying numerator and denominator both with iota, so you will get iota upon iota raised to the power 40. Now this is the multiple of 4 and we know that iota raised to the power 4k is 1. So this will be 1 and here iota as it is. So the value is iota, right? Now your homework is you have to do question 1 to 10 of exercise 5.1. Okay, thank you.